Hello guys, today we will see how to install the CentOS operating system on Workstation 16 Pro. Okay, so for that we need two things. First, we have to install the Workstation software in our system. Okay, and second one is we need the ISO file for CentOS. Okay, so after installing the workstation, the first step is to create a new virtual machine. Okay, so click on this. Okay, and go through the first option, typical recommended. Okay, next we will choose I will install the operating system later option. Don't go through these uh, two option. Just go with the last option. And here we have to install Linux operating system. If you have to install Microsoft or VMware ECX file or any other, so you can go through that. But for now we installing the Linux operating system, so we select this option. And in Linux operating system there are many flavors, so we for now we go through the CentOS 7. Okay, so click on next. uh, this is the location where your virtual machine is stored. So you can give any location of now I just go through the by default location, which is system generated. Okay, so I click on next. So for Linux operating system, the minimum disk size is required 20 GB, so I go through by default. Okay, you can increase the size also. Okay, so I just use 20 GB. Click on next and finish. Okay, so your virtual machine is created. Now we have to install the operating system on this. Okay, so here the RAM size of our machine is 1 GB. You can, this is recommended memory, you can increase up to as per your requirement. Okay, I just take 2 GB. Okay, processor, what, how much you required, I just go through the number of processes too, so the installation process is going fast. Okay, then you can maximize your hard disk capacity also. So the next thing is we have to install the OS on our virtual machine. So like Windows, we boot we boot the pen drive to install OS on our OS on any system. Like that, here we boot the DVD drive. So this is the DVD drive, and I use ISO file which I already downloaded. I will share the CentOS ISO file. To download this file, I will share the link on description. Okay, so go through this, click on open, and okay. Now power on the machine. So click on Control G, so you have the access of that particular machine. Okay, select the first option, install CentOS stream now. Second, it's take more time. First it test all the dependencies, and uh, after that uh, it install. So it's take more time, so we go through the first option, so it's take a minimum time. Okay, place enter. It's checking the packages and whatever they require to install the OS. So, uh, the first page is open. Welcome to CentOS Stream 9. First, you have to choose the language. We go through the English and select India. Okay. Next is the installation summary. So here we have to choose the keyboard layout. It's already selected English India. Okay. Language support English. Time zone Asia Kolkata. It's correct. Okay. Installation time. It's our installation source is our local media. Then this is most important. Okay. Software selection. If you have to go through the GUI mode, then you have to select this option. In this option, uh, there is already they require more space. Okay, and already many more software are by default installed on GUI mode. So in production server in real time, uh, the OS which install, that is a minimum install. Okay, with basic functionality. Why this is a uh, lightweight OS, and those packages we need, we can install manually. Okay, so for now I go through the minimal installation. So here is no any GUI GUI first GUI मतलब graphics facility uh, provided. It's just a command terminal based OS. Okay, so for now I just go through the minimal installation. And the second one is installation destination. We have to uh, do the partition here. So there is two option: automatic and custom. But I go through the custom configuration to see which partition means. uh, so choose the first standard partition. Okay, go through this. Here minimum 5 partition is required. So for installing the CentOS, the first partition is root partition. So under root partition there is many partition is installed. Okay, root partition is the main partition of CentOS or any Linux operating system. The minimum recommended size is 10 GB. So we have to insert the value as per the MB. So 1 GB is equal to 1024 MB. So for 10 GB it's around 10,000. Okay, approximate. So it's for root of partition it's 9.77 GB. Okay, then third one is home partition. Home partition recommended size at least 1 GB. Home partition is used to install our documents, user documents, separated to system files. Okay, so it's around 1 GB. So I take 2 GB. It's no problem. Okay. The third one is swap partition. Swap partition is used when the RAM capacity is full. Okay, this is swap partition is like a virtual RAM memory. Okay, So we take 2 GB of RAM. So by by documentation we have to take double to swap partition, we have to take double to our RAM. So I just go through the 2 GB for now for swap partition. Okay, don't require that much of, because this is a, we are creating just for testing. Okay, so and 2 GB is sufficient for swap. The next partition is boot partition. Here the kernel is present, which is used to load the operating system. Okay, which is used to boot the operating system. So we required boot partition at least 1 GB. 1024. Okay, 1024 MB is equal to 1 GB. The next partition is var partition. Var partition, where all log files are stored on var partition. Okay, so if you install the Apache server, or the Apache server files which is you stored on var partition. Okay, we will see later. So for var partition, how much you have to take up to 4 GB. Okay, the manual partition is done, so click on done. Okay, I accept the changes. Okay, next thing is network host name. So always make sure that it's enabled. So when you open the OS, it's take automatically IP from the our host system, which is our Windows system. Okay, click on done. Then configure the root password. I just take a root. Okay, you can see here. You have to click double, and you can create user from here also. So I just create one user. User password also same for this. Click on done. You have to click double. Okay, so now everything is done now. So begin the installation. This take a little bit time to install our OS. See here, the so here is showing the message CentOS stream is now successfully installed and ready for you to use. Okay, so we have to reboot. Click on this to reboot system. Okay, it's take some time to reboot our system. Actually this is first time, so let's take time for first time. See, our CentOS is successfully installed, and here is the login page. So we log in as a root user. Okay, so type login name root and password is root same. So now we in the Linux. Okay, so here is the Linux machine. So we can successfully, here we successfully install the CentOS operating system. Okay, so thank you for watching this video.